Good morning, everyone. This is Kristen, obviously, but I'm out here in my backyard and it is 7 in the morning. I was actually going to film a little bit earlier, but I was just trying to figure this out. I'm actually filming on my laptop and I just wanted to kind of do something a little bit different instead of just the other kind of background and the couch that I sit on mainly. So this is kind of a relatively quiet neighborhood, so you might hear a little bit noise. I'm gonna try if that happens. I'm gonna try to edit that out if I can or if I have the time to do that because I'm actually pretty busy today and yeah. So I just woke up and um, got no makeup on, and I just kind of wanted to be out in nature and outside and do kind of this filming, do a little segment, and I actually don't have my notebook or anything, so I am just going to talk about the other kind of subject I was going to talk about this week. So really it's about kind of being a mom and being a parent and having children. And really I wanted to talk about more of how I'm seeing more people or parents or therapists or whoever, like I said, this is mainly on TikTok and things that I'm kind of seeing what I'm seeing. I know everybody kind of sees different things because they have their own algorithm and stuff like that. But I'm seeing a lot of, this is how you should parent your child. This is what you should do. And, you should, obviously, there are things that you should always work on to be better for yourself, but also show your children that you're working on yourself and trying to fix any kind of issues or cycles that have been going on in your life. But as I've been talking about this the last week, that you're going to constantly be healing and going through those patterns and cycles most of your life. You will, when you start healing, you will start doing better, but there are going to be times that you are not going to be perfect. You're going to end up making mistakes, and that happens. Like I said, we're not perfect. We were never meant to be perfect. And I look at it as, this generation right now, especially I would say more Gen Zs, I'm saying it is they talk about as parents, for your children, you break the cycles for the generations in the past, which I do believe that that is a important thing. But at the same time, I feel that you could be breaking the patterns from your past and, cycles that have been going on in your family. But, what who doesn't say that whenever you're going through that and you are breaking those cycles that you're not making new ones instead for your children. And I'm trying to say this as there is always going to be wounds that we come in through this life. There's never going to be times where we're going to be perfect, and there's going to be things that our children are going to see differently than how we see it. They're going to see a different perspective on certain things that you have said or done, and that's just kind of how it is. I feel like when children are a little bit older and can understand a little bit more is whenever you can be a little bit more open with them and let them know kind of things that you may struggle with, whether that's, you kind of have issues with patience or, maybe have some anger problems or road rage or anything like that. So you could talk to them about that. That's something you kind of struggle to keep in check sometimes. And, you know, for me, I'm going to tell my children the things like that I struggle with, and to let them know that if I have made them feel uncomfortable or said anything, done anything, that they can come to me and let me know. And so I can hopefully start changing that and fixing that within myself, and to kind of be more aware of what I'm doing in a certain area that has, maybe caused my child to feel a certain way. But I'm also letting my children know that they also are going to make mistakes, that they're also going to be their own person, and they're going to also have their own patterns and habits in life that they're going to have to learn and deal with. And I'm always here to, I love that bird. I'm always here to help them and guide them if it's kind of something that I've gone through. But either way, if it's not, I can try to be there as best as I can. And when you have children, and even if you don't, this is goes for anybody that you love or you're close with, it, family and friends, is we treat children with so much love, and we have so much more patience with children. I know there's times that as parents, especially me as a mom, is I I do get very worked up quite a bit, and I do have problems with patience, not gonna lie. So those things I've been working on, but I as I see how people deal with their children, or just in me in general, is I'm so much more patient with my children, and I'm just more accepting, and I congratulate them anytime they do something new. And even if they're still doing something that they've been doing, I still congratulate them. I I'm just it's I have so much just love and empathy, and just this strong just care for them, and I would do anything for them. And I sit here and I think, because I've also been talking about self-love, and a lot of people right now are not feeling that or not doing that. And that was a big thing of mine that I had not been doing for quite some time until recently. And I look at it as, especially mothers, and especially as women, we feel that when we have children and it's a constant day in, day out thing, a lot of the times it feels like nothing changes, but you're so busy with your children and with other priorities that you have to deal with in the household and everything like that, that you just don't have time for yourself, don't have time to do anything, really, for self-love. Some people, maybe have 30 minutes to themselves a day, or an hour for themselves, if that. And some people may think that's crazy, that there's no way that they could have 30 minutes or an hour, but it truly is. It 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 really is. Being a mother is the most biggest blessing for me in my life, but it's also been one of the most hardest, exhausting, and losing a lot of your freedom when you have children. And there was a lot of things that, I was not told before having children. And I sit here and I think, we treat our children so kindly, and so much love and empathy, and we're so much more patient with them. And I sit here and I think, how come we're not like that with ourselves? and we encourage them. We give them, compliments. We sit there, and it's just, it's, it just, it was just something that hit me basically is why, especially just for me, I sit here and I realize I'm like this to family and friends and people that I love and my children, but I'm not like that to myself. And I have to sit here and realize that, you do have to take the time to give yourself self-love. And like I said in the previous videos, is you can do whatever you feel is best for you, whether that's going to the gym, whether that's just changing the way that you eat, whether that's, I don't know what that was. Just like I said, I sit there and I will do affirmations, or I look in the mirror and I tell myself reasons that I love myself, and also have a paper and also write that down. You don't have to do anything really specific. You just have to do what you feel would work best for you, and that's different for everyone. And with spiritually wise, you don't even have to have crystals or what they say, sage or incense. You don't have to have any of that. You don't have to meditate every day. You don't have to even meditate. You can literally do whatever feels best. And even if it's like this, you just come outside, even if it's in your backyard, and you want to just sit and just listen to the birds, listen to whatever, just the nature for 15 minutes, even if it's you've only got 5 minutes, that that could work. And I I have just been kind of on this journey of healing and loving myself more, and I really hope that I can bring kind of more awareness to certain things, and just be able to help heal people that are going through kind of the same thing, or can relate basically. It doesn't have to be the exact same, because we all are not going through the same path. But and when I say that, there's a lot of things that I was never told before I had children. That is, it's not that I would change my mind. I would not change my mind having children, but I definitely probably would have waited. I probably would have waited longer to have children, and maybe some kind of things would be a little bit different in that, but I don't regret having the children when I did, and all of that. It's just there's so much that goes into being a mom, and there are women that are talking about things that are going on, especially in their marriages and partnerships, and even just being a mom in itself, how difficult it is, and especially in this day and age, how much pressure it is to be a woman and to be a mother, and to have to do everything, especially if you're somebody who does not have support, or rarely any support. And I'm not trying to say that I don't ever get support, because I do get some support. uh, I my whole life, my mom was the reason why I wanted to become a mom one day, watching her, deal with me and my three brothers, all of us crazy. And I had just kind of pictured my mom kind of being there and helping me and guiding me and having kind of that relationship, not only just before children. That's what I wanted, was that mother and daughter relationship, which me and my mom were on the best terms, especially when I was younger. And we did, well, I, I let all of that go and realized that I wanted that relationship with my mom. And unfortunately, when I got pregnant halfway through with my first son, Wiley, my mom got diagnosed with cancer, and I was unable to get the support from my mom and help. And my mom's like, whatever. But, you know, if my mom didn't want to be a grandma, she could have just said that instead of just dying on me. But no, it uh it is hard, especially whenever you see others around you that have that support and have both of those, or even just one and has more on that side. It is not it's very hard to not get jealous or feel a little bit of a resentment in that area. And I've really been trying to work on that, because that's one of my patterns, is the definitely not receiving love or care from women in general. And that comes from all women. And that's not every woman that comes into my life, but most women are that way. And it's just something that unfortunately is just something that I have to deal with. And it's actually uh, in my astrology chart, which there's so much that goes into astrology, but in my astrology chart, my sigil, it definitely says that women are, and I don't remember the exact, but I remember it's in the 12th house, and it's hidden enemies. So, if that doesn't explain what I'm trying to say, is I'm trying to say that women are definitely, for some reason, issues with that. But it's the all I'm trying to say here is I I definitely understand women that don't have any support or hardly any support. And I hope that watching my videos, I can at least tell you that you need to take time for yourself. You need to find someone, even if you have absolutely no one. Try to find someone, anyone, to help you, at least if it's only once a month or only once every other month. You have to take time for yourself, and you definitely have to take self-love as well, and care, so that you can give the best care for your children and for the people around you. And it is so unfortunate that in this society right now, that there's not a lot of people that are helping and supporting women that have children. And I'm not saying that I should expect people to help me, or other people should expect someone to help them with their children. That is not at all what I'm saying. Because, of course, I don't expect people to watch my children. What I do expect, though, is for the people around me that are family or friends that love me, but also love my children, that I expect that they should want to get to know my children and want to hang out with my children or be with my children, get to know my children. That's what I expect, because that's what anybody would expect, especially even for themselves. You would want family and friends to take the time to go out with you and talk with you and have that bond and that relationship. That's what women are talking about right now. And it's really not coming through, I guess, maybe and it's not coming through maybe in the right way, and everybody takes it the wrong way, as you know, us women are expecting people to watch our children. That's not what we're saying at all. It's just we were told about this, you know, it takes a village to raise a child, and then you hear that all growing up, and then you have children, and then you're sitting there going, did I miss something? Like, where where the where the fuck is a village? I see no village. I mean, huh? And like I said, it's not like I'm saying that I don't receive any help. It's not at all what I'm saying. I'm just, there is, I can just definitely relate to women that don't receive that much help or really any support in that area in their life. And I hope to be able to be, I guess I could say I could be like a motherly figure to other women, or not even, you could say that, or you could say just like a best friend or sister, whatever you see as fit. I that's what I want to be, and I want to be able to be there for others and as many women and people as I can. And so, and that is my cue for that fly right there. And I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and get off this video and see you guys next week. Um, I'm extremely tired. I had like 2 hours of sleep, and I knew I wanted to do a video in the morning and kind of do a nature thing, and I had 2 hours. I'm exhausted, and I'm going to go ahead and head off here, get my kids ready for daycare, and probably going to go back to sleep and for a little bit. And then I've got a busy day today. So I hope you guys have a good day. I hope this resonated maybe a little bit. If not, that's fine. But I hope you guys have a good weekend, and let me know if you maybe liked this better, me doing videos kind of outside in the background with the laptop, or if you like me doing the using the phone for filming. But anyways, have a good weekend.